Hey everyone, and welcome. If you've ever had that dream of seeing your name on the cover of a book, but you felt completely lost about how to even start, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a really fantastic guide for aspiring authors. We're going to break down all the best bits from Bill Vincent's The Right Path, A Journey to Publishing Success. Let's get into it.
So, this guide comes to us from RWG Publishing, and you should really think of it as the essential map for any writer's journey. It shines a big, bright light on all those crucial choices you're going to face. And in this explainer, we're going to walk through it together, step by step.
All right, here's our game plan. We're going to start with preparing for the journey. Then we'll get into the big climb from a blank page to a finished manuscript. After that, we'll navigate the tricky world of publishing, figure out how to find your readers, and finally, we'll look at the actual business of being a writer. It's a full trip, so let's get moving.
You know, our journey actually starts before you even type a single word. The source material is super clear on this. A great book starts with a well-prepared author. This first part, it's all about getting into the right mindset and, maybe most importantly, finding your own unique voice.
You know, the book makes this really cool point about your writing voice. It's not something you just invent out of thin air. It's something you find by being honest about your own experiences. It's having the confidence to use your words, to let your ideas be fresh and real. You're the artist here, and that voice is your most powerful tool.
And listen to this quote because it gets right to the heart of it. Authenticity is everything. I mean, just think about your favorite authors, right? Stephen King, Maya Angelou. Their words stick with you because they sound like them. Readers connect with what's real. So a strong voice, it isn't just a nice to have, it's absolutely what makes your work memorable.
So, how do you actually build this foundation? Well, the book suggests you kind of shift your perspective. Instead of staring up at the giant mountain of getting published, just start with small, achievable goals. Build up that confidence. See the process itself, just finishing a story as a win. Learn to appreciate every part of the journey. It's all about the growth, not just the finish line.
Okay, so our foundation is solid. Now we move into the real heart of it all, the creative process. This is where the hard work happens, turning that little spark of an idea into a complete manuscript. This stage is all about content, craft, and pure commitment.
The book really hammers home one thing above all else: character. Look, plot is important, setting is great, but it's the characters that your readers will be thinking about long after they've finished the last page. They are the engine that drives your entire story, and making them unforgettable is basically your main job.
But here's the thing, passion and creativity can only get you so far. Professionalism is huge. Man, I love this quote because it's so perfect. You could have the most amazing characters in the world, but if your writing is sloppy, it just kills the whole vibe. And that's where editing comes in. It's not optional, it's a critical investment in yourself.
So is there a formula for a compelling character? Well, this checklist from the book is pure gold. It's about making them feel real, right? With vivid details and clear motivations. Then you create tension with challenges both inside and outside of them. But that last one, giving them an internal poison, some deep flaw they have to fight, that's the secret sauce for a truly unforgettable story arc.
Okay, so you did it. You poured your heart and soul onto the page, you've edited, you've polished, and now you've arrived at this huge fork in the road. This part is all about understanding the landscape up ahead so you can choose the right path for you and your book. And trust me, this is one of the biggest decisions you're going to make.
The book does such a good job breaking down the two main paths. On one hand, you've got traditional publishing. Here, your fate is kind of in the publisher's hands. You'll probably need an agent, and they handle all the business stuff, but wow, the timeline can be long. Then you've got self-publishing. Here, you have total creative control. It's way faster to get to market, but you're responsible for everything. It takes a ton of self-motivation.
So, it all comes down to this. Which path is right for you? Do you want to just focus on the writing and you're okay with giving up some control to have a whole team behind you? Or are you more of an entrepreneur, ready to treat your book like your own personal startup? There's no wrong answer here. It's all about what fits your personality and your goals.
Look, this is a massive decision, and we've just scratched the surface. The Right Path goes into so much more detail on all of this, so if you're standing at that crossroads, seriously, the full book is an amazing tool to help you figure it out. You can find it on Amazon.
Okay, so no matter which path you pick, there's one thing you absolutely have to do. Find your readers. This next leg of the journey is all about building what we call an author platform. And this isn't just about selling books, right? It's about building a real community and connecting with the people who are going to become your biggest fans.
Now, here's a piece of advice from the book that might actually surprise you. Don't wait until your book is done to start building your platform. Start right now. Go write some articles, get involved in online communities where your future readers are already hanging out, and share your journey. That way, you stop being a first-time author before you even have to be.
And this really nails the whole social media thing. It's not about just shouting, "Buy my book," into the internet. It's about finding your tribe. If you write steampunk novels, go find the steampunk communities. Join in, be genuine, and connect with people because you share the same passion, not just because you want to sell them something.
Once you've started connecting with your readers, the final step is to build a career that can actually last. And that means you've got to start treating your writing like a business. This part of the journey is all about understanding the nuts and bolts, contracts, marketing, all the stuff that will let you keep doing what you love.
I know, contracts can look super intimidating, but the book does a fantastic job of breaking them down. Yeah, everyone gets hung up on the advance, but you really need to look at things like subsidiary rights. That's where movie deals or audiobooks come from, and the length of the contract, which is all about how long you're giving up control. Understanding this stuff is absolutely vital.
So, what's the real secret to commercial success? The source material boils it down to this simple, powerful number: 2. Why 2? Because there are 2 parts that are absolutely essential. Your book, that's the product, and your marketing. They are 2 halves of the exact same thing. One can't really succeed without the other. Even if you go with a traditional publisher, you are still half of the marketing team.
As we start to wrap up our explainer, I really wanted to share this wonderful, encouraging message from the author, Bill Vincent. This whole process, this whole wild ride, it all begins with one single, courageous first step. It truly is an adventure. And yeah, it's going to have challenges, but the rewards, they're just incredible.
We've covered the big landmarks on the path to publishing success, but this is just the overview, right? Your personal journey starts now. So for the complete map, with all the tools, resources, and in-depth advice you're going to need, go grab your copy of The Right Path on Amazon.
So we'll leave you with this thought. The path is laid out for you. The map is in your hands. The only question left is, what story are you going to write?
Thank you for listening to the Deep Dive Podcast.